Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Curious Owlbear, and I'm here to explore everything Dungeons & Dragons. You all seem to enjoy my first set of 10 random encounters for forests, so I'm back with 10 more. Without any further ado, let's dive in. As the group travels down a winding dirt road, they begin to notice the buzzing of insects surrounding them in the nearby trees. The group can tell this is a rather large swarm of bees who seem to be very agitated. Finally, the culprit comes into view. A large black bear stands on two legs as it reaches into a hollowed tree trunk with a single paw. The paw retracts with a pile of honeycomb stuck to it. The bear gladly leans back, shoveling the honeycomb into its maw. This can be a simple image for your players to enjoy, or it could devolve into a combat encounter. I've said this before, but I thoroughly enjoy putting my players in a position where they can creatively use their skills to achieve a goal. Here, the goal could be befriending the bear, getting its honey, or even retrieving a lost item from inside the tree. The party presses on through the forest, and just as they come to a rise overlooking a narrow river, there is a screeching call from above. A large falcon lands on a nearby rock, intelligently observing the party. It struts about the forest floor as it watches the group make their decision about how to cross the river ahead. Now, your players may notice the intelligence behind this bird's eyes. If they do, they may decide to use Speak with Animals or another such ability. And if they do so, they will be rewarded, as this falcon was once the familiar of a local wizard. It will be able to tell the group the quickest route to their destination, as well as any pertinent information about the forest's local population. The group comes to the narrow river, which is lined with moss-covered rocks. The water looks relatively calm as it hurries downstream. However, the combination of swift currents, concealed depths, and sharp rocks under the surface makes this strid one of the most dangerous rivers in the realm. This encounter finds its origins in some truth, as there are dangerous strids scattered across the globe. Some are responsible for multiple deaths every year, so I think this is a great opportunity for your players to utilize some of their rarely used skills and tools. The group continues through the forest, reaching a small meadow with scattered shrubbery filled with berries. Eventually, one particular bush grabs their attention. It seems to be stocked with over 100 good berries. In case you aren't familiar with the good berry, one may consume a single berry to gain 1 HP and acquire all of the nutrients they need for the day. However, if the berries are not consumed within 24 hours, they will wither and disappear. This is a fun scene that you can throw to your players whenever you feel they need a little boost to get through your session. They might be bruised and bloodied, but this berry bush will help them get back to 100%. The path continues to wind through tall pine trees while birds sing from above. Suddenly, the birds stop calling, and a thudding begins to sound from the road ahead. The cause of the sound is hidden amid the thick shrubbery until the group gets close enough to identify the sound. War drums. They continue to sound until the party comes into a view of another small group of half-orcs. Before your group knows exactly what this half-orc party is up to, they may begin to ready themselves for combat. However, as they get closer, they'll notice that each one of these half-orcs is equipped with a musical instrument as they walk alongside their cart, which is pulled by a single donkey. The half-orcs are quite friendly and ready to perform, and since their music is pretty metal, they're not really welcomed at local taverns. As the group wanders through another clearing, they spot a pair of mated deer sleeping soundly in the middle of the meadow. They approach, expecting the deer to hear them and bolt, but the deer don't stir. The group gets within 10 feet of the deer when yellow flowers in the area release a large cloud of spores. Instantly, the players are affected and must make a Constitution saving throw, lest they fall into a deep slumber. Now, you can decide exactly how you want to handle these spores. They may simply be put to sleep for a full 8 hours, or they may be stuck there until rescue finds them. Either way, this is a simple, random encounter that will not slow down your sessions too much. The party crests a small ridge and spots a rather large amount of movement in the flora below. They hear the cries of small mammals as they are crushed by the movement, and flocks of birds take flight to flee from whatever this creature is. As the players approach the movement, they see a rather large mound of decaying plant matter. Terrible smell surrounds them as they investigate. Suddenly, the shambling mound springs to life, attempting to engulf the nearest party member. The shambling mound is another incredibly interesting monster. Its resistances and immunities, as well as its lightning absorption, make it a nightmare for casters. Plus, its engulf ability can force your players into a panic as they start to asphyxiate. The party presses on through a tight grouping of trees. They maneuver around trunk after trunk until suddenly, 3 arrows fly out of the bush, possibly hitting the players. Instantly, the players are on guard and may even need to roll initiative. A minute later, a voice calls out from the trees beyond, apologizing for the attack. 3 human hunters emerge, their hands held high in the air in an attempt to surrender. They will offer their medicinal abilities to heal any injured players. Now, these hunters may end up getting killed by your players, which could start another storyline. Or they may be able to warn the players of further dangers in the forest that the players may have been mistaken for. In my world, the hunters warned the players about a band of orcs that had been spotted nearby. Weary from their travels, the players try to find a good place to camp for the evening. They locate a cave that could provide great shelter, but it reeks with the smell of a recent giant habitation. After thoroughly investigating the cave, the players settle down for the evening. Unfortunately for them, stone giants have advantage on stealth checks made to hide among rocky terrain. At the command of their leader, a dreamwalker, the stone giants attack in the middle of the night. Depending on the level of your party, stone giants, especially in conjunction with a stone giant dreamweaver, could be an incredibly deadly fight. But if you think your players can handle it, they can also make for some fun combat. The dreamwalker has the ability to charm or petrify targets, which adds a lot of complexity to the encounter. Plus, if you allow the stone giants to ambush your players, this can be an extremely difficult encounter. With the nightmare over, that brings us to the end of our forest encounters for today. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment letting me know which one was your favorite. I'd love to hear about it if you end up running any of these random encounters in your game. Until next time, stay curious, adventurers.